You're watching a recap from Investor XP, the show that covers investing for gamers. Check out the video description for details. It is Thursday, June the 1st, and we've got a great show for you today. We're answering a viewer question about a potential stock market crash. Got new Sin City items in development. We're going to be looking at Under Armour and a new book coming out from Tolkien. So all of that we're going to be going over live, and each of those is going to be a video posted up on YouTube today. So let's go ahead and we'll get started. So continuing with our clothing and apparel stock picks that we're looking at, we're going to be looking at Under Armour today. Under Armour is a relatively new company, and it took off like crazy, but it's been getting beat up stock-wise anyways. So we're going to take a look at that as a potential clothing or apparel pick. Again, gamers have got to wear clothes and they've got to eat. So last week we looked at food stock. This week we're looking at clothing and apparel. Let's go ahead and just dive right in looking at Under Armour. All right, Under Armour, it's up 3% today, but let's take a look at how the stock has performed over time. You can see not too well since its IPO. It's basically been cut in half. You know, it was up here in the 40s, and it has dropped off, down below 20. So a big drop in Under Armour. Stock has not performed well at all. And it is still at that price. It's still trading at a premium, which is a little crazy. So let's take a look at the statistics here. Forward earnings, it's still trading at this price. It's 35 times 35 times its earnings. It's down 47% in the last 52 weeks. It's below its moving averages. 200-day moving average is right to be right there at the 50. So not a lot of momentum, not a lot of positive momentum behind it yet. It's just above the 50-day moving average. So a lot of strikes against it right there, despite the fact it's up 3% today. I was really surprised to see their profit and operating margins being as low as they are. That was a little surprising. Revenue, no surprises there. They don't pay a dividend, so that's not something that we really want to get involved in here. Let's see. This was another surprising thing, a little bit of a red flag to me. I thought they would have more cash kicking around, a lot of debt versus the cash. Operating cash flow, okay, and not a lot of leverage free, but they got some cash flow going. Certainly nothing to write home about. So it's bizarre to look at how they've performed. You know, big chunks, and they've always just been sinking. You can see fairly large drops, over the years with them. But let's pull up their investor relations, and this is kind of a good thing to show you. We always look at stocks, their investors relations page, and we caution folks. One, you can get a really good idea of what the company's doing and what their plans are. But you got to always understand they put the best positive spin they can on it. So you kind of got to sift through that with opinions and different news articles and things like that, because Under Armour is really it's a stark contrast between how the stock is performing versus what they're saying. So let's take a look at one of their past reports here. They're talking about their sales growth. Obviously, you want to highlight your positive things, and it's 19 years of growth. Sales are growing. The complete opposite chart of how the stock has been performing. So they point out all these good things, and they really want to get apps and technology involved with their apparel, and they want to get into footwear. If you look at their strategy here going forward, I show it up here. They talk about how they retain their users and stuff like that. So a lot of good stuff in here, but the stock just has not been performing. I'm trying to. Here we go. Here's their big push into footwear. A lot of money to be had in footwear, and this is what they want to do. This is their footwear they want to roll out. 1.7 billion by 2018 category. So, and they want to just keep growing. They want to grow and grow and grow. And they're projecting how they're going to get there. Boy, it's weird to look at their stock performance versus how quickly and aggressively they want to grow their brand. And they keep missing on their reports of where investors want them to be at. So, thing with Under Armour is I see it everywhere. Under Armour is literally it's all over the place. One thing I do when pick the kids up or drop them off at school, just take a quick look, glance around as all the kids are leaving, what they're wearing, how many of them got Nikes, etc. A lot of them, lots and lots and lots of them wearing Under Armour. A lot of people you see wearing Under Armour. Clothing is a giant billboard for companies, and Under Armour is a very popular one. So to me, it's trading at a premium. Let me go right back to the stock here. Price a little bit too high for me. So I'm very surprised at the amount of cash that it's saying that they have, and the how aggressive they are for their growth. They might be biting off a little more than they can chew with going into the footwear. So this is one where it's completely, you're looking at your gut and you're saying, I see so many people with this, and it's such a popular brand that people are buying, and you can see that in their sales growth. Can they translate that into a very profitable company that could rival Nike? I think they've got a long ways to go. As the stock keeps sinking and people aren't getting that instant gratification from them, that may be an opportunity to buy for it to jump right back up. I can see the argument there. This is not a stock I would touch. Certainly, yesterday we looked at Nike, today Under Armour. Nike, we would go with them. We're dividend investors. They're a safer bet. Under Armour, I'd like to hear anyone who's buying up Under Armour leave some comments. To me, it's a very, very risky investment. Certainly, if they were to build to the size of Nike and as profitable and as well known, the upside is tremendous. But I just, looking at the stats, it goes against what I see on the street, and that makes me nervous, and that would make me stay away from them. But let me know your thoughts on Under Armour. It's not something I'm going to take a look at, unfortunately. So let me know your thoughts. And that is it for today's show. Apology to the people that are watching live. It looks like we had some streaming issues. We'll work on them and what we got going on. You can contact the show, shoot us an email, chat with us live. Info is on the screen behind me. Appreciate you watching the show. Subscribe if you haven't already. Really appreciate the subscriptions we've been getting lately. We really want to build a community here of new investors, gamers, people who want to get into investing, invest in something that they love, like video games. So subscribe so you get the latest gaming news for investors. Give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Leave us feedback. Give us some stock tips that you want to check out. Any of that in the discussions. Open discussion on the YouTube channel. We will see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching once again.